Welcome to the Red River Primetime Sports Podcast. We are your hosts, Jay Pat O'Malley, and your very own 2,000 yards, Christopher Gus Barnes. We talk all things sports, from the pee-wees to the pros, dad coaches to school coaches, highlights, and any sports on either side of the Red River.
Welcome, gentlemen. J Pat, how we doing today, brother?
Man, we're doing good. As everybody can see, we got our special guest on here today.
Yes, sir. Everyone, we got Coach Aldrich, well known as Sunshine for the ones that don't know.
Sunshine.
I think you guys want to break into that.
You're definitely gonna walk into practice next week, and your players are gonna be going Sunshine.
How you doing today, brother?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing well. Great. So how's this season going for you, man? Give us a little bit on your background and how's the season going for you and your boys this year?
Oh, well, as most of you guys know that, we graduated from here and so being a part of that first senior class and then coming back to get to be the AD and the head football coach and lead these young men is a dream come true for me. We started out a little slow and we kind of got our feet up underneath us and, went on a little 3-game winning streak. And, it's been good so far. It's definitely been a learning curve, and we've got some good players, some talented young men that are good kids. And, we started district last week. We fell to 0-1. We had some things not playing our favor late in the game, didn't take care of the ball, made some mistakes, didn't execute. And so we had a 22-7 lead, and we ended up dropping that game 35-8. So we've had a good week of practice and definitely looking to build on that going forward and trying to go 1-0 this week and take care of Callisburg at home tomorrow night.
Good. Also, isn't homecoming this weekend for you guys?
It is.
Awesome. I think we actually are going to make a trip out there, me and J Pat, I believe tomorrow actually, and get to walk those halls and check out the all the new equipment and all the facility.
Yeah, come on, man. We've got a lot of great things going on. We've passed a bond. Obviously, we have state-of-the-art weight room and locker rooms and things like that. And so we've got a place blocked off for you guys to come out and tailgate and, everybody kind of hang out and catch up a little bit before pregame. And we had a good night last night. We had the parade. They brought that back since, all the COVID stuff and put restrictions on some of those things. And so we had the parade last night, and that led into the carnival. And then we finished up with the bonfire. So kids are fired up and ready to go.
That's good. James, you got anything to add to that, brother?
No, for sure. I think it was probably I think it was your first game that you had at the beginning of the season, and I happened to be in Wichita Falls for a couple of days and stopped by and hung out with Heath. I actually helped the team put some stickers on the helmets. I definitely surprised Heath trusted his players to put the stickers on the helmets, but it all turned out good. But the facilities, I mean, just night and day compared to what we had back in the day. The weight room is definitely first class. These athletes have a place to go work out. They have a place to hang out. The locker room's spacious. Like it's just night and day compared to what we had, back in 2003, 20 years ago. And, as alumni, we're just proud. I'm proud to see, the advancements that the school has made. One thing that, I still haven't been able to see yet is the advancements in the gym. I know they did a lot of renovations in the gym at one point a couple of years back or last year, somewhere around that time. So, just proud of where the school's gone and what it's doing, 20 years later.
Yeah, the gym's definitely we had a couple of add-ons when they passed the bond and we expanded the locker rooms. We put really nice collegiate style lockers in there. A new training room, a new laundry room, and so it's really nice. And hopefully we're getting ready in the near future to try to pass another bond for a middle school, just due to the growth that we're seeing, and hopefully add on for some athletic complex type things as well.
Awesome.
Um, so we weren't going to ask you this right off the bat, but since we've been talking about the 20 years, so how do you feel that City View's program has changed from from the past 20 years, because it's been 20 years since we've actually been out of school. So how those things change for you, man?
Um, well, to start with, as far as the school, we had a pretty good group. Our senior year, and then the next year, and then there's just been after that year, there was a lot of time where, the athletic department was just kind of down overall, as far as success, and so, here recently, a lot of our success has been due to, Coach Hawkins has done a great job with trying to get those guys kids that typically would come here to eighth grade and then leave, and go to WFISD. And that's been a hard trend to break, because for so long, City View not having a high school, it's change is a hard thing to deal with. And so it was, not an easy pattern to break, because that's what kids that came to City View through eighth grade had always done. And so he's done a great job over the last few years of, in his tenure here, of trying to break that pattern, and get City View kids to stay and go to high school at City View. And so that's been the biggest change. Is now a lot of those kids. You look back at the Anquan Willises and the Duda Banks, and a lot of those kids that went to school at City View, and then they go to WFISD, and they're Division I football players. And
Wow.
so that's been a big trend to try to break. And with our numbers and our growth, we're starting to kind of turn another page with that.
Yep, yep, yep. We've seen the numbers, just blowing up, and I'm sure they're still going to blow up. I feel like Dion. Are you going to open the portal for some of these some of these athletes, or what we gonna do, man? You got to give us some input on that, man.
we, we've already started accepting more transfers, just because of a lot of people don't understand that City View's a 12 square mile school district. And so we talk about the great things that are happening here at City View. And what I always tell people is, we're a 12 square mile school district, and we have a population of a little over 600 kids. A third of our population are transfers. So that means over 200 kids have parents that pay school district taxes to another school district and choose to send their kids to the City View. And that's just a testament to what our administration and our school board and our community are doing for our kids. I tell people all the time that I don't think there's another school district in this area that treats the kids as well as we do, and does the things for them that we do.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I can agree with that. Because I grew up in Burke Burnett, and actually both me and J Pat did, and we finished our school years at City View, and I must say that those were some of the greatest things we've ever done. The best thing we could have done was actually go to City View and get that program rolling, and it was really awesome. I'm blessed to have finished my high school years at City View. So
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Heath,
so
what are some of the challenges that, going from, I mean, I know you were a head girls basketball coach for quite a while, but taking over a program as the, athletic director, head football coach, pretty much running all sports at the school. What are some of the challenges that you face, taking that leap in your position?
Well, I've been a head girls basketball coach, and I was the girls coordinator here. But the biggest thing is now you're going from, you're directly, looking over, 30 kids, and going to looking over, over 100 kids. And so there's just a lot more moving pieces. And specifically with being the AD and, the head football coach, it's a lot different when I'm going from, hey, my basketball game time changed, and I need to notify the officials and the administrators. Whereas now it's, hey, you've got to notify the administrators, the officials, the cheerleading sponsor, the band sponsor, there's just a lot more, the booster club, the concession people, the ambulance company. There's just a whole lot more people involved when you're you know, looking at football stuff and, you know, being concerned and making sure that things are, you know, that the boys are equally taken care of and that the girls are equally taken care of. And, you know, you just got to have a, you know, a really open mindset and, pay attention to a lot of details to make sure that, you know, you include everybody or you don't leave anybody out.
Yeah. And one of the, you know, and I did want to ask you, is one of our big things about starting this podcast that Gus and I are passionate about is coaching our kids. Number one, we both coach. You know, I coach my daughter in basketball. Gus coaches pretty much all three of his boys in football, basketball, and you know, sometimes those lines get crossed a bit. And I noticed that, and I just happened to notice that you put out a letter. You know, I guess it's probably 3 weeks ago, talking about, you know, parents from the sideline coaching their kids, and how that can interfere with what you, as, you know, us dad coaches versus school coaches, are trying to do. You know, talk to me a little bit about that. And, you know, that for this podcast, I feel like that's an important line that some of these parents, you know, even Gus and I, have to understand that we have to, you know, kind of give up those reins just a little bit, you know, when it comes down to our kids playing school sports.
Well, as a coach of a public school, when you're dealing with a lot of kids, you know, I just try to make sure we always come from the mindset of, you know, when parents are doing that, it's because they have the best interest in their kid.
And boom, we lost him. We'll bring
Yeah,
him back here in just a sec, because we definitely want to hear what he has to say there. You know, sometimes technology is technology, and I'm sure he'll hop right back on.
yep. Well, since we lost him and we're talking sports, man, how you feel about those Rangers, man?
Man, they have a chance.
It's going to be a really tough, you know, but I think that they'll get those Astros this time around, and they're well due for one. So
Yeah. All right, there he is. Let's get him back
Here
in here. There he is. We got him back.
All right. So back to your question, you know, we just try
Yeah.
to come from the standpoint of, you know, every parent sends us their best, you know, with their kid, and we know that they're coming from a spot where they want their kid to be successful. You know, we want their kid to be successful, but also from our standpoint, you know, now we've got to do what's in the best interest of every kid, not just, you know, one individual kid. And so we just, you know, encourage and want parents to come. You know, they've entrusted us to do a job with their kid. Um, and you know what, understand that we love them and we want the best for that kid as well. Um, you know, and so we just want them, you know, to understand that we're having to do what's best, not only for one kid, but, you know, for a whole team full of kids. And, you know, understanding that, you know, you're coming to football games to cheer kids on and to be supportive, you know, and not to tear other kids down or, you know, coach other kids or, you know, and that sort of thing. And, you know, we just, you know, encourage them to come and, you know, love on them and support them and go from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense, man. And you know, I'm gonna ask you this because you talked about, you know, having the best interest for the kids and stuff. How do you keep your players motivated, man? How do you keep those guys motivated and the team moral high? You know, when we do sometimes have those parents that are, you know, just I'm sure emailing and calling and seeing you after the game and wanting to talk to you. How do you handle all of that, you know, and keep those players motivated?
And I expect for people to do that because if somebody's emailing or questioning or wanting to talk to me, you know, then that means they have an interest in our program. And the more people that you have in your program, the higher the interest, you know, the more parent involvement, the more successful that we're going to be. And you know, I had a coaching friend of mine that was a defensive coordinator at Old High with me, and you know, he said something that really stuck with me, and it's, you know, good parenting makes good football teams. And you know, part of keeping our morale high, you know, through, you know, ups and downs and things like that is, you know, I just stress to the kids all the time, I'm like, hey, you are a good football team. And but all of that starts with we stress high character and you know, um, because at the end of the day, high character kids, you know, when things get tough and stuff like that, kids with high character, they're going to succeed and they're going to overcome adversity. Things are going to go wrong, and when we preach that and morale and how you act and those sort of things, then those kids typically respond well to adversity. And so, just preaching that and learning from our mistakes and that sort of thing. And the morale has been great at practice. We've talked about not having your head down, or letting obstacles get in your way, get you down. Those kids are winners, and we're looking for ways to overcome them.
That's awesome. That's awesome and good to know. Hey, I know we're taking a lot of your time, and you got to prepare for for your players and probably lunch and all of that. But before you go, JPAT had really done something really special for you, and I don't want you to miss it. So I'm gonna let him.
We're gonna leave you on while we do
Yeah.
this part of the episode, and let you comment on.
Yeah,
when I first asked Heath to come on, his first response was, "Well, this obviously cannot be good for me," and his intuition is very, very correct, and it's very good. So I've got a prospect here, Heath. It might be a 20-year-old prospect. From these game films that I got from back when we played. You tell me what you would do with this guy, on a couple of these clips that I'm about to show.
So I got it.
Oh, we lost him again.
You there?
Click back
Just
in.
that one?
Nope, keep going. I'm gonna give you just a few. Yep, we're here. We hear you. Go ahead and put your video back on. Click your video button again because you clicked off the video.
Oh, I got you.
Someone probably called you. So, all right. So you got that one, and here's the next one. I got 4 pass plays for you. So you kind of you tell me what you would do with this guy, what you would change, going forward, and what would you change going forward? How would you fix this guy from 20 years ago?
Well, I'd get out of that wing T offense is what I'd start with.
I knew you were going to say. I knew you were going to say something there too. Is that wing T offense? I'll tell you, these four pass plays. This is two tapes, so 2 games that we played in 2003, 2002, really, and that's how many pass plays were in 2003. 4 total.
Yeah. Hey.
4 total.
See, I tell people all the time, I'm like, hey, I turned around and I threw it backwards for about 2,200 yards, so I don't know what everybody's problem is.
So, I also
funny, I talked to Ronnie Lawrence, numerous times when I was at Petrolia, because he was our DC, but he's also, helped Coach Haas kind of be a co-OC, and so we were joking right before he passed at Monday, and we were talking about playing Electra my senior year, and he brought something up about the passing game, and we ran a sprint out, and I threw it. I think I threw it to like Andrew Montoya or something for like an 8-yard gain, and it was the only pass we threw that game. And of course he was like, "You dang right." He said, "Shoot, he said they were athletic and fast. I was afraid to throw it." I'm sure with our passing concepts back then, it was real hard to defend, I'm sure. So anyway, it was good times, man. Good times. We did exactly what we needed to do.
Yeah, no, I've got you one right here too. Who was our quarterback was also our kicker. So, we've got a nice little highlight here of Mr. Aldrich kicking a field goal. That looks like first class right there.
Right. And it was good. It was good.
It was good. I at least put the one on there that was good. Like I let it run until the hands went up, so everybody knew that it at least was good. So it may not have been pretty, but it was through all it matters is got through the 2 uprights.
He might have made it from 20.
us through there.
and here's our.
I remember. We went. Go ahead.
I'll let you say that. Here's your kickoff specialist right here too.
They had him playing all over. That's an ATH.
And when I started watching this stuff, I didn't remember any of that.
Hey, I hope this isn't the one where I smoked it straight down the line. That's gold right there, baby. I should have went with kick.
But I'm gonna finish off with something here with you, Heath, and we'll let you go. We know you got better stuff to do than mess with us. But Gus and I figured out. We figured out why you didn't go D1. You didn't pad your stats. It would have been really easy for you to pad your stats. You just let Gus take all of them. Okay. Yeah. So Heath or Gus and I put together a video to show that if you would have, instead of tossing the ball back, if you'd have just thrown it, turn around and just kind of just threw it as a pass.
Listen,
dude, you could have had like 100% passer rating.
All I needed was to be in the shotgun, bring Gus in motion, and do that little soft toss in front. It'd have been gold.
It's a pass. So we'll play this last clip. I want everybody to see what Heath had to deal with back in 2003. Again, this is off of pretty much 2 game films, and how many times we ran the same play on 2 game films.
Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. It's the franchise where I'm shining now. You can't see me, my time is now. In case you forgot or fell off, I'm still hot, knock your shell off. My money stacked fat, plus I can't turn the swell off. The franchise doing big business, I live this, it's automatic. I win this, so you hear those horns, you finish. A soldier, and I stay under you fighting. Plus I'm storming on you chumps like I'm thunder and lightning. Ain't no way you breaking me, kid. I'm harder than nails. Plus I keep it on lock like I'm part of the jail. I'm slaughtering stale competition. I got the whole block wishing they could run with my division, but they gone fishing with no bait. Kid, your boy hold weight. I got my soul straight. I brush your mouth like Colgate. In any weather, I'm never better. Your boy's so hot, you never catch me in the next man's sweater.
That could have been your touchdown pass right there.
That could, dude. You could have had like 3 touchdown passes a game and about 200 passing yards a game, 300 passing yards a game instead of the 4 passes that you had in over two games.
Yeah, Coach Heiss definitely wasn't looking after me. But did y'all watch that left and right though? My pivot game is strong.
Your pivot game is strong, bro. Your pivot game is very strong.
It is on point.
And if you start adding in
funny. It's funny.
Good.
Go ahead.
That's just
it's funny
if
because we'll be.
If you add in the blast, like the blast that we did, that you still had to pivot, like that, those are just the sweeps, and you add the blast in there. Like you should have been dizzy in those games. No wonder why you couldn't throw the ball.
We're sitting there and we'll be in practice talking about our heavy package or going under center or something like that, and I'm trying to explain to kids what a clear step is and their pivot and this, that, and the other. And I just look at one of the other coaches. I was like, man, they just ain't got it like me.
They're not built like you, man. They're not built like you.
No. But Heath, we want to thank you for coming on with us today. We're excited. I'm sure we'll have you on a lot more in the future for sure. And good luck tomorrow night. We'll be there rooting you guys on.
We look forward to you guys. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, of course. So, go prepare for that game. Go win it tomorrow. Kick some tail. And we appreciate you taking the time with us today and letting us poke fun at you just a little bit. Yeah, it's a said. You knew it wasn't going to be good. It wasn't going to be good. But,
if I'm involved in it's y'all's idea, it's not good for me. But I appreciate you guys. Thanks for checking in with me. We do this again, heading into the playoffs or something like that. And I'm gonna go down there today through walkthroughs. I'm gonna let all my boys know there's gonna be some legends in town. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right.
Awesome.
Oh, hey, one other thing that I forgot to tell you that we need to get started, or you need to get started as AD. Look, we need a Hall of Fame for City View.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Let's go. We need a Hall of Fame. You know, it's just that we got them up here in Oklahoma, but for some reason my alumni, my school doesn't have a Hall of Fame to put anybody in. So you got to get that fixed.
Yes, sir.
You can put me in last.
I'll see what I can do.
Well, Heath, man, we really
some.
appreciate you, brother. And
All right.
we'll see you tomorrow. And good luck again, guys, man. I appreciate your time today.
All right, boys. We love you. We'll
All
talk to you soon.
Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. See y'all.
Yes, sir.
Who let the dogs out? 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 When the party was nice, the party was pumping. Hey, Yippee-yi-yo. And everybody having a ball. Yippee-yi-yo. I tell the fellas Sturgeon and Colin. Yippee-yi-yo. And the girls respond to the call. The bulldog showdown. Who let the dog